Hello and welcome to Agri History. In this episode, we'll cover the topic of sunflowers and peas. First, we'll talk about the domestication of peas. Based on current archaeological evidence, cultivated pea was probably domesticated around 10,000 BC in the Near East. Further archaeological evidence suggests that peas spread westward to ancient Greece and Rome, which is how they entered Europe. At the exact same time, peas were spread eastward into Persia, alongside India and China, explaining the novel genotypes within Afghan and Chinese landrace peas. There has also been proposed an independent domestication event that happened in Ethiopia to breed the Ethiopian pea. The way peas were likely domesticated was through the collection of peas from different populations scattered throughout the Near East. These seeds would have been brought to common point to be gardened and cultivated. The crossbreeding that happens within these populations would have created the genetic background that's found in peas and allowed for the domestication process to begin. Based on recent studies, it's been suggested that at least 15 genes in peas were responsible for the domestication process. It was also proposed that peas were domesticated multiple times throughout history, and continual crossbreeding with wild populations is the origin of the wide gene pool. This second model of pea domestication seems probable due to the fact that pea cultivation in the Middle East takes place near the edge of forests where wild peas grow. This would allow gene flow in both directions. In terms of archaeological evidence, peas have been found between 7000 BC and 6000 BC in Neolithic farming regions in the Near East. We have also found pea remnants in Cyprus. These have been dated to 5500 BC. These samples show evidence of domestication. Remnants of domesticated peas have also been found in southeast Turkey. These date between 5850 BC and 5600 BC. The Ethiopian pea is endemic to Ethiopia and southern Yemen. First description we know of came from Tigray and Amhara, which are regions in northern Ethiopia. According to the report, this pea used to be more common in that area. As of today, the Ethiopian pea is restricted to South Tigray and North Wollo provinces in southern Yemen. Both the Ethiopian pea and the common pea are grown in Ethiopia, but the Ethiopia pea is highly valued due to its superior nutritional quality. There are several models for how Ethiopian pea was domesticated. One hypothesis is that Ethiopian pea evolved from a hybrid between wild pea and another pea species called Pisum fulvum. This seems to be the correct answer based on current genetic evidence. Since both species are found in Israel, this hybrid might have been naturally occurring. It was probably from this region that the primordial form of the Ethiopian pea was transferred to Ethiopia, and from there it was likely domesticated. Although wild pea is unlikely to be native to Ethiopia, it is possible that wild peas were once native to North Africa. This is based on fossilized pea seeds found in that area. Given the process of turning the Sahara into a desert took place in two abrupt phases, the last of these being as recent as 3500 BP, this possibility cannot be discounted. But what is likely is that the Ethiopian pea was introduced from elsewhere via human migration. This is because the earliest known samples of Ethiopian pea are found to be dated to 400 AD, which is even more recent than wild pea fossils. This further suggests a different lineage of peas in the Ethiopian peas than in our common peas. Although both breeds of pea are grown in the same area, for some unknown reason, the Ethiopian pea and the common pea cannot crossbreed. A recent study doing crossbreeding with Pisum and the wild pea disproved the hybridization model and showed that the Ethiopian pea is in fact a distinct subspecies of wild pea. Sunflowers are a crop grown in Canada as an oil crop and as a potential birdseed crop. They're also used for snack foods and confectionaries. 90% of all sunflowers grown in Canada are grown in Manitoba, but recently, sunflowers have expanded into parts of Alberta, southern Ontario, and Saskatchewan. But how were sunflowers domesticated? Sunflowers were domesticated in North America alongside squash, marshmallow, and chenopod. Based on current genetic evidence, all modern domesticated sunflowers were bred from populations in eastern North America. This is shown through specific versions of different genes called alleles that conserved almost all the landrace populations of domesticated sunflower. For example, one version of the HAFT1 gene is found in 95% of the eastern North American sunflower landraces and 98% of the Mexican landraces. The HAGA20X gene has an allele that is found in 95% of the eastern North American landraces and 100% of the Mexican landraces. And the C4973 gene has an allele that's found in 100% of all eastern North American landraces and 76% of Mexican landraces. Sunflower specimens found in Marble Bluff have been found and tested and dated. Based on this research, the Arkansas populations of domesticated sunflower were dated around 3000 BP. In another site called Newt Cache Hollow, sunflower samples have been found that date back to 3300 BP. In a third site called Riverton in Illinois, sunflower specimens have been dated between 3620 to 3800 BP. In the Napoleon Hollow site, specimens have been found to be dated around 4400 BP. Later specimens from that same area were dated between 4400 and 5800 BP, and 5800 BP respectively, although the latter is unknown. In another site called Costa Horizon 6, one specimen has been found dated between 5990 BP and 5800 BP. Another sample was found dated between 6500 BP and 6000 BP. And in Costa Horizon 9A, a sample has been found to be dated around 8500 BP. This indicates an ancient period of domestication. This concludes our series on sunflower domestication. Stay tuned for the next episode on soybean domestication. See you on the flip side.